Hey everybody, welcome back to this kind of part two of this introduction of spreadsheets. Here we're going to talk about formulas and functions and see what the spreadsheets can do for us in those regards. And then we'll make a quick graph at the end as well. Okay, so we talked about the organizing information, sorting information in the last one. We saw how you could use spreadsheets for that. Now let's have it create information for us. So here I have this empty column here, column D, called total price. And I want to figure out, well, if I have this many number of, let's say, apples, 123, and each apple is 88 cents. What if I sold all of them? How much could I make from that? Well, let's do a formula to figure that out. You could, use a calculator, put in those two numbers, multiply them together, and find that information out, enter it in. But that would really be wasting the opportunity because the spreadsheet can do that for you. So you'll find out later when we kind of really start working on, when you start doing the project as well, or working in spreadsheets, that you have to start your formulas with the equal sign. And then I'm going to also put in the cell and not the actual number. So there's 123, but that information is in B2. So B2, I'm going to call that. I don't want to enter 123 because if I need to change it, then in the formula it's still 123. But if I put B2, then I can enter any number of apples that I want and it will update automatically. And I'll show you that. So times is just the asterisk sign, and I'm multiplying it by the unit price, which is in C2. And then I just hit enter. It's going to guess that that's what I want to do for everything below that, except for this box. And I do want to do that. So another great little advantage of spreadsheets is it will oftentimes guess that what you want to do next and kind of save you from entering the information multiple times. So it did do that correctly. So that's what I wanted. I did want it to multiply all of these together to get my total prices. So there we go. Now I have a whole nother column of information that really the spreadsheet created for me by just entering a formula or function. So here we go. I have all my fruits. If I sold all of them, that's how much I would get from each individual fruit. What if I want to add all those up to see what my total would be if I sold all the fruit? So we can start a new formula, equal sign. Actually, you know what? We can do that with a pre-formatted function. So if I go up to functions up here, and I want to add up, and another word for add is sum. So I'm just going to click on the sum. That's what the spreadsheet calls it. And then I just tell it what I want to sum. I want to sum all of the information in these boxes here. Enter. There we go. It went ahead and added all those up for me. Now, let's say I want to change something. Let's say I get a couple more watermelons in. Now I have up to 20. So I'm going to change my watermelon number to 20. Watch this. It updated not only the total price for watermelons here, also my total profit as well, because the number of watermelons went up. The unit price stays the same, but my total price goes up, and then my total profit goes up as well. All right, let's check out another example here. Let's say I have a list of countries. I have their population size in column B, and I have the area in column C. Area is just the amount of space that's available in each country. So it is in square miles. So for Germany, for instance, if I click on row 14, Germany has 83 million people. And I'm just going to give you round numbers. And then they have almost 138,000 square miles of land that make up the borders of Germany. Okay, what if I want to figure out population density, the number of people per square mile? So I have to use those two numbers, create a formula. Okay, well, let's do that. So equal sign, I'm going to start with B14, the population, and I want to divide that by C14, the area, to give me the number of people per square mile. It's going to guess that I want to do that in all the columns below. Yes, I do. There we go. So for Germany again, there would be 603 people, because we're talking about population, in every square mile if I were to divide out the population evenly across its borders. Okay, so 600 people in each square mile. In Jordan, there's just under 300 people per square mile. In Kuwait, again, over 600. In Mauritania, 11 people. So a lot of area there, and the population's not so big. So if you divide if you were to divide everybody out evenly, you would have 11, almost 12 people in each square mile. All right. Total, I summed that up. I used a formula. You can see that right here. Okay, I used the sum or adding, and I just added the total, all of those populations up to get my total there as well. All right, let's do one more here. I've got another list of countries. Do a little bit different. I have population size again, but now I have healthcare cost per person. So every person here in the population costs $330 for their healthcare in Germany. Well, what if I wanted to figure out how much the total Germany was paying total for all of its population? Well, we'd have to multiply those two numbers together. So let's do that. Equals, and I'm going to take my population size, B24, it's in cell B24, multiply it times, that's the asterisk, times C24, the cost per person, enter, there we go. It's going to guess again that I want to do the same thing in the cells below, yes I do, and there we go. Now, for Germany, they're paying $27 billion, over $27 billion, for their healthcare costs, for their total population, for all of their people. Okay, Kuwait, they pay more per person. Could be a variety of different reasons for that, but their population is much less, so they're at $2 billion, a little over $2 billion. Jordan, they pay much less per person for healthcare, but they have a higher population, so it equals around the same total price as Kuwait, so a little over $2 billion. Okay, so you can kind of start comparing countries. When you do things like that, you can start comparing countries to like apples to apples as opposed to apples to oranges, because populations are always different, the size of the countries are always different, how much they pay is, per person, those sorts of things are going to be different. You want to be able to compare the countries for our next project. That's why I showed you some of these examples here. Let's go back up here to our top and let's do a quick graph. I said we were going to do that at the end. Okay. Let's say I want to graph the number of fruit. I want to see visually, what the fruits they have more of, the fruits that have less of. Okay. So I'm going to highlight the information I want, the fruit and the numbers, the fruit names and the numbers. And I have a little quick insert chart button here. There we go. It's going to guess as to what type of graph you want. It's guessed a circle graph or a pie chart, pie graph. But I can see from here that I have largest wedges are apples, lemons, and limes. And so those are my largest number of fruits. Okay, what if I wanted to do a different graph? I can come over here to my chart type and simply choose a different type of graph. There we go. Now I have a bar graph. And I can see again, apples is the most, then followed by lemons, limes, down all the way to watermelons is the least number of fruit that I have. Okay, so really easy way to create a graph that are great for the project that we're going to do, but also for lots of other projects in your science class and your math class and even your social studies class. You can use this feature to create some really cool graphs for a variety of different projects that you might be doing. Okay, so there we go. That's my little introduction to spreadsheets, and now it's going to be your turn to start working on a project or an assignment where you're going to learn how to do the things that I would show you in this introduction. See you later.